Hello, I'm Emily and today I'm doing a little bookshelf tour. I think bookshelf tours are always super fun videos. I thought it'd be an easy one for me to film today. I also really want to film it because I'm about to be moving out soon to college, and so I don't get to take most of my books with me. But yeah, I thought before I leave I should show you my bookshelf and some of my books I have. So let's get into it. Okay, starting off with my top shelf. This shelf is mostly fantasy books, specifically my taller fantasy books. That's just kind of how I organize my books, either by genre, height, and color. It kind of depends though. So we got this little vine thing that I use for book screen photos. But we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, super popular book, haven't read it yet. Then we have Down Comes the Night, haven't read. And then I haven't read any of the Caraval books yet. I do have this pretty dagger I use for bookstagram photos as well, and it also just looks cool. Then the Gilded Wolves trilogy, I've read the first two, but the third one wasn't out yet when I was reading the first two, and then I just haven't gone around to it since it's come out. Then we got Gilded and Cursed by Marissa Meyer. She's one of my favorite authors, so you'll see several of her books on here, but these two are really good. Then we have this tight little gap. That's where my current read, Together We Burn, would normally be, but since I'm reading it right now, it's not on my shelf. Then we got Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. She's another one of my favorite authors, so you'll see several of her books on my shelf. And this is a cute little pin I got for pre-ordering Divine Rivals. And so far, I think Divine Rivals is one of my favorite books of the year, so you guys should definitely read it. Then we have some of Chloe Gong's books, which I haven't read any, but I do want to. I'm thinking of trying to read them this fall because I might be able to go to her book tour for her newest book. That's in like October, but we'll see if I end up getting to do that. Then we have We Hunt the Flame and We Free the Stars, neither of which I've read. Then The Shadows Between Us, I haven't read it yet, but I have read other books by Trisha Levenseller, which I really liked. Then there's Legendborn, which I have read, but I loved it, but I haven't read the sequel Bloodmarked yet. And then Cinder, I have this pretty special edition for like the 10-year anniversary. I really love this series. Alright, now we're on the next shelf, which is kind of my romance books. It's organized mostly by color, I think. But we first got Instant Karma, another Marissa Meyer book, and the cute little pin I got for pre-ordering it. Then Serendipity, which is just a collection of short romance books. Don't Read the Comments, that's just a super fun sort of romance, but also deals with some other topics. I feel like it's an underrated book. Then there's Better Than the Movies, which I haven't read yet, but it's super popular, so I'm excited to read it. The Upside of Falling is just super cute fake dating story. If You Could See the Sun, I haven't read it yet, but I've heard good things from everyone about this book and the author's other book. Then Never Ever Getting Back Together. If you watched my most recent book haul video, you'll know I recently bought it. Haven't read it yet. Then A Show for Two. This is a cute book. It's like a celebrity goes undercover at a school, and so it's a fun little romance. Then I Was Born for This. This isn't really a romance. I don't think there's any romance in it. But I put it on the shelf just because the cover kind of matches the vibes of other romance books. But I have read this one. It's super good. Then My Mechanical Romance. This is a super quick and easy book to read. It's like less than 300 pages, I think, but it's super fun, kind of enemies to lovers, academic rivals to lovers, I guess. Then we have some of Emma Laura's books. I have all of her books except her first one, Tweet Cute, and I love them all. Then we got See You Yesterday by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I think she writes super fun romances. I really love Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by her. And then See You Yesterday is also so good. Then we got Happily Ever Afters and One True Loves by Elise Bryant. They're super cute. The Edge of Summer is my most recent read, actually. It had some really fun summer vibes, which I loved. And we got this cute little patch I got at a local bookstore. Then The Lucky List. This book is one of my favorite romances. It's got like the perfect summer romance vibes. I love it so much. Then Like a Love Song. I actually won this book in a giveaway on Instagram. The publishers did a giveaway and I happened to win it. It's super fun, just fake dating with celebrities, so it's cute. Then we got All This Time. Not my favorite, but it's good. It's definitely a lot different than most other romance books. Then The Summer I Turned Pretty. I read this 2 years ago, so I think it was like the summer before the show came out, and honestly I didn't really like it because Billy was too annoying, so I haven't read the rest of the books. Then Take Me Home Tonight. I love Morgan Matson's books, but this is probably my least favorite of hers. And then Love Boat Taipei, I have read. It's pretty good, they're not a favorite. And Blackout, which is another collection of romance, short story romances. It's super cute. Yes, No, Maybe So. Oh my gosh, I love this book. It's so fun. Then Whiteout, which is kind of, I guess, a companion to the Blackout. It's one that I haven't read yet, but I definitely want to. And then We Can't Keep Meeting Like This, which is another book by Rachel Lynn Solomon, which I really liked. Okay, this next shelf, if you can't tell, is my Rick Riordan shelf. It's kind of a mismatched collection, but I love it. And we also got this cute little bear I got from my grandparents as a graduation gift. But we got Percy Jackson's Greek Gods and Greek Heroes. Yeah, this one's Greek Heroes, this one's Greek Gods, which is just the mythology, original mythology stories kind of told with Percy Jackson humor. Then we got the main 5 Percy Jackson Olympians books. I am not the one who cracked the spines, my dad was, but it gives them a loved look. And then the King Chronicles trilogy, which I love. And I only have 2 of the Heroes Olympus books because me and my friend growing up, we like shared the books. We would just like trade them and swap them. So I only have Mark of Athena and the House of Hades. Also, the House of Hades has these stickers. It used to be like my elementary school library's book, but then the librarian gave it to me, so that's why it's got those. Then we got most of the Trials of Apollo series. I'm just missing the second one. Again, I just borrowed that from my friend, and it's my least favorite in the series, so I'm not mad that I don't have it. Then we got Daughter of the Deep, which is his non-mythology related book, but I think it's super good. Of course, the newest one, The Sun and the Star, which I loved. Oh my gosh, I love Nico and Will. And then I do have the Chalice of the Gods pre-ordered, so I will be adding that one to the shelf soon. And then of course I got this fun hat. it's like a Hades cabin Camp Half-Blood cap, and I think I got it from pre-ordering the Tower of Nero. And then under it we got this little thing that came with the Barnes & Noble copy of The Sun and the Star, and then we got the Ultimate Guide. And then in here I have like a cute little necklace with the Camp Half-Blood symbol. Oops. So that's super cute. And then I have like a little homemade one with beads I like hand painted several years ago. That's all cute. So yeah, that is the Rick Riordan shelf. Okay, this next shelf is kind of random, but we do have a little mini classics section. I've read Anne of Green Gables, absolutely love it. And I've read the first Little Women book, but I haven't read the others. And then I haven't read any of Jane Austen's books yet, but I do really want to. Then back here we got a little sign. It says, "For once I didn't look back." It's a Percy Jackson quote. And then the selection series, it just kind of got placed here because I thought it looked cute with the little crown on top of it. But I'm always nostalgic for these books from my middle school era. And then I have this art print, which I think is from pre-ordering one of Kira Cass's books. So there's that. Then I got the Cruel Prince. I only have a first book in the trilogy because the rest I just got from the library. And then I have The Stolen Heir and this bookmark and pin from Holly Black's book tour she went on earlier this year for The Stolen Heir. And then I have How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I have all 3 of these books signed from her little book tour stop, which is super cool. She's super nice. Then we got Lore, which I haven't read yet. Dance of Thieves, I haven't read yet. And we got some more Rebecca Ross books. This is her adult fantasy duology, and I absolutely love them, both A River Enchanted and A Fire Endless. And then Warrior Girl Unearthed, which was in my most recent book haul video as well, and I haven't read it yet. Okay, this next shelf is mostly fantasy, but not completely. It's just kind of a bit of a mismatched collection. We got Gearbreakers and Godslayers, which just don't have room on the normal shelf. So they're just sitting on top of here. I haven't read either of them yet. Then we have All of Us Villains. I've read the first book in the series and it was okay, but I haven't read the rest, the sequel, but we'll see if I do or not. I might. Then we got Woven in Moonlight and Written in Starlight. I love both these books. It's a cute little duology, but the books can also be read as standalones. They're super fun reads. Then another Rebecca Ross book, Dreams Lie Beneath. This is such a good book. It has one of my favorite enemies to lovers plotlines. Then we got Anatomy and Immortality by Dana Schwartz. I've read Anatomy, but I only recently bought Immortality, so I haven't read it yet, but I want to. Then we got The Betrothed, which is definitely not a favorite of mine. I don't think I ever ended up reading the sequel to that. Then there's Rebel of the Sands, which I haven't read yet. Then we got Sisters of Sword and Song and this little bookmark that I got for, I think, being on the street team for Sisters of Sword and Song. But it's another Rebecca Ross book, so I love it. Then we got Bonecryer's Moon and Bonecryer's Dawn, which I haven't read yet. And then This Poison Heart and This Wicked Fate I just read this summer, and I think it's a fun urban fantasy series. Then we got Set Fire to the Gods and Rise Up from the Embers. I've read Set Fire to the Gods, but I haven't read Rise Up from the Embers yet, even though I've had it for like 2 years. Whoops. Then we have the Inheritance Games books. I haven't read any of them yet, but I'm hoping to read them this fall. We'll see. And then we got Sisters of the Snake and Daughters of the Dawn. I've read Sisters of the Snake, but still haven't gotten around to Daughters of the Dawn. And I have this bookmark from pre-ordering Sisters of the Snake, I think. And then we got The Wrath of the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger, neither of which I have read yet, but I do want to. And then of course we just kind of have all my candles for some reason are all on this shelf. So if you want to know, this one's Champagne Toast from Bath and Body Works. This one is Frankincense and Vanilla. This one is Lavender. This one is just Vanilla. This one is Tropical Fruit Medley. And this one is Cinnamon Pecan Swirl. It's a great fall scent. Alright, my last shelf, kind of my most chaotic one probably. It doesn't really have any organization to it. First off, we got these pine cones I got from a park nearby that I used for some book photos. And then I got these pine cone candles from my grandma recently that I also used for book photos. But let me move these out of the way so you can see the books. Oops. Whoops, a little dirty. So yeah, we just kind of got a stack of books here. It's pretty random. On top we got some fake pearls I've used for Bookstagram photos. And then we got these Mark Twain short stories collection that a family friend gave to me. I haven't read them yet, but it's a cool book. It's like from 1920, 30, I don't know, somewhere around there. It's an old book, so it's cool. Then we got the Hazelwood, which I enjoyed for its vibes, but not so much for its plot. I don't know. Then this is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. There just wasn't enough room for it on my romance shelf, and its spine is just facing inward because it doesn't go with the vibes of this stack, I guess. I don't know. Then this is Red Hood, I believe. I haven't read it yet, but I want to. And it's facing that way because I bought it used and the spine's kind of beat up, so yeah. Then we got The Secret History by Donna Tartt, a super well-known popular book that I recently bought this summer and plan to read sometime during the fall. Then we got The Cousins. I really enjoy most of Karen M. McManus's books. This happens to be the only one I own, but it's a good one. And then The Atlas 6, which I haven't read yet, but I do really want to. I'm just thinking I might wait until like the whole series is out and I can binge read it, but we'll see what I end up doing. And then Over My Dead Body. This is actually a graphic novel. I think it's the only graphic novel I own, but I got it earlier this year and I've just been saving it to read during Halloween season. And then over here we got Iron Widow, which I have yet to read. 5 Survive I recently read, pretty good. Got some fun twists in there. And then A Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, which I absolutely love. I read earlier this year and adore. Then Truly Devious. I have read the whole series, but I only have the first one. I think it's super good. At least the first 3 books in it are super good. Then we got Renegades, another Marissa Meyer book. I absolutely love this series. I only have the first one, but I've read them all, love them all. So good. I love the tension in it. Then They Both Die at the End. Such an iconic book. Makes you cry. So good. Then Last Night at the Telegraph Club, which I have not read yet. And then Daughter of a Pirate King and Daughter of a Siren Queen. These are more books by Trisha Levenseller, the ones I have read, and I think they're really good. I just love the fun pirate vibes. I love a good pirate book. Then we got Sunbearer Trials, which I have not read yet. Then We Were Liars, super popular book. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it was interesting. Then we got The Legend, Prodigy, and Champion, this trilogy. I think it's super fun. Reminds me of the early 2010s dystopian era. And then All My Rage by Sabra Tahir. I love an Ember and the Ashes series by her, and I also really love this book by her. I think it's really beautifully written. And then The Davenports, which is like a historical romance from like 1910, I think, which I read earlier this year and is pretty good. Alright, that's it for my bookshelf tour. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you later.